Hi, good morning. Welcome to Guanyin Practice. Thank you, everybody, for sending your thoughts and your prayers for the lava and tenant fires. Those two fires are now north of Mount Shasta. They're 25 miles apart, and they are both still very much active, but hopefully they will stay apart, not come together, and each will be able to be put out. Yesterday, they brought in not only helicopters, but airplanes, and airplanes tend to be a little bit, that's like a little more effective. So hoping that forward progress is made with the fires up here today, and also holding the people who are suffering, who have been evacuated. That's who we're going to hold in our practice today. It is already the last day of June, and we are here with the Black Madonna. This candle has made it just to the very end here of our month. Salve Regina, Mater Misericordiae, vita dulcedo, et spes nostra salve. A te clamamus, exules filii Heve, ad te suspiramus, gementes et flentes, in hac lacrimarum vale. Ea ergo, advocata nostra, illos tuos misericordes oculos, ad nos converte. Et Jesum benedictum fructum ventris tui, nobis post hoc exilium ostende. O clemens, O pia, O dulcis Virgo Maria. And today is our last day with the Mother Mary Oracle. We have tomorrow, it's not in here, but it's out on the table. We begin with the Sacred Rebels Oracle and the month of Baba Yaga. And she is ready. She is ready. Her wild witchiness has been creeping in for the last week or so. Really feeling that she is coming. So what is our final message from the Black Madonna for this month of June? Our Lady of the Whispering Heart. I want to be close to you, so I dwell within your heart. From that sacred place, I speak to you daily. Can you feel my presence? I am the voice within that assures you that all is well. I am the feeling in your heart that tells you it is all right to trust, no matter what appears to be. I am the knowing in your heart that every prayer you speak is heard and answered by me instantly. I am the joy and relief in your heart as you realize that your answered prayers are already unfolding in divine perfection. Listen for me and know peace within. The clearest guidance is not always the loudest voice. Sometimes fear and doubt will yell, where love and trust speak quietly but consistently from within the heart. You are being asked to trust in the truths of your heart, even if they seem quieter than the voices of fear that come from within or from those around you. The truths of the heart cut through emotional reactions and mental anguish. The heart simply speaks of what is without distortion. When we hear the heart speak, we know in our bones that what is spoken of is true. Hearing the heart truths may necessitate an action that we would rather not take. Perhaps we need to wait for more of the picture to become clear to us, for a way forward to be shown when we would dearly love to just act and have the whole situation over and done with. Or perhaps the time for action has come and we see the invitation to move forward opening up. To accept that invitation may require a saddening goodbye, a loss, or a temporary loneliness, even whilst we may sense the wonder and happiness of that which calls us to move on. Our Lady of the Whispering Heart speaks to us of courage, of trust, and inner knowing. She tells us to trust our inner voice above and beyond any opinion of any other. You will know deep within what needs to happen and when. One of the things that I try to teach in my classes and offer to my clients in readings is the validation that they have an inner knowing, and that inner knowing is potent, powerful, real, and true. And it seems so self-evident, really, when you say it out loud. Of course, we each have an inner knowing. Of course, we each have an inner authority. But actually, that's not the way that it usually goes. A lot of times when we're really in the thick of it is when we doubt that inner authority the most, just when we need it the most. And that inner authority, that inner whisper, it never lies to us. Now, sometimes we'll get a wishful thinking inner voice, but we should know the difference between the wishful thinking inner voice and the actual voice of truth that is arising deep from within. And we should know the difference between that inner voice and the projections of others, what they want us to think, do, be, act, feel like, or seem. To split that, to parse that, to discern that isn't always easy when we're in the moment. I go through it myself. I have, not every day, but often enough moments where that inner voice is whispering something, and the fear voice is there, and the projections of others are there, and the wishful thinking is there, and I have to sort it all out. What do you do when you need to sort out all of those different pieces of your consciousness and move in the direction of that inner whisper? How do you go and say to those outer voices or those wishful thinking voices or those parts of you that are, fearful, quiet, I'm listening to the inner voice. Of course, the minute you say to those things, shh, quiet, that's when they get louder, right? So one way is through divination, to pull a card and to trust, which is what we do every day, to pull a card and to trust that the message is there for you, and that the message that's there for you is going to help you uncover and discover that inner voice. Another way is to get to the cushion and to do meditation. And I don't mean meditation as in clear your mind and just sit there and fidget and feel uncomfortable. Your meditation might be chanting. Your meditation might be to sit in silence and wait for messages to come. Your meditation might be to go for a run or a walk. Your meditation might be to do a yoga sequence. Your meditation, whatever it is what stills your mind enough for your heart to be able to be heard. And that's what we're going to do today, whatever that is. It's really interesting today. Usually in the morning before I do practice, I do like a cardio workout or a dance workout or something like that. This morning, it was all about the deep stretching. And I was doing this deep stretching workout. And as I was in these different poses to stretch muscles that were like screaming, I found that the physical exertion of the stretching gave my mind something to do, and that my heart voice was surfacing. I could feel her, I could hear her surfacing. Like, not like a whale breaching out of the ocean, just like a quiet little fish coming up and blowing a single bubble. That whale breaching of your big thoughts, big delusions, big desires, that can make a big splash, but it's not going to actually take you where you need to go. That little soft bubble of the small fish surfacing, that's going to take you where you need to go. So let's go fishing today for that message. And Lisa asks, what card was that? I didn't hear. It was number 2, Our Lady of the Whispering Heart. That's our short bit for today, if that's what you were here for. Wishing you all a really good day if you're taking off now. Otherwise, let's stick around and do Guanyin practice. We're going to open with 3 prostrations before the shrine. And let's take refuge in that inner voice. Namo Guru Be. I take refuge in the inner teacher. Namo Buddhaye. I take refuge in the great mother of compassion. Namo Dharmaye. I take refuge in the wisdom of the ages. Namo Sanghaye. I take refuge in the community of practitioners. And let's set our intention for all of the beings that are displaced by the lava and tenant fires north of Weed, and all of those who are fearful, those who are struggling to breathe because of the smoke, those who are worried about how they're going to move their animals because there's a lot of farmland out there. Holding them all in our hearts. And let's recite the four immeasurables. May I be a source of loving kindness in this world and all worlds, bringing a generous heart to all my thoughts and doings. May I be a vehicle of compassion in this world and all worlds, ever mindful and aware of the tremendous suffering of others. May I be a brimming vessel of joy in this world and all worlds, delighting in the happiness of others as their suffering is alleviated. May I be a balance point of equanimity in this world and all worlds, seeing all as equals and all as deserving of goodness. "108 recitations of Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa, calling out to Guanyin and inviting her to help us hear that voice within our hearts, which is not actually separate from her voice. She is the voice of compassion. She is a voice of guidance. And she is that voice within if we've dedicated ourselves to her practice. Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa, 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 Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa. Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa, 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 Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa. Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa, 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 Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa. Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa, 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 Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa. Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa, 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 Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa. Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa, 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 Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa. Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa, 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 Namo Guan Shi Yin Pusa. 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 And the brief wind horse practice of Tara by Patrul Rinpoche. Lume chuksum chidang jitsun ma gyayum pakma drome jintui daki tsisu paljor nyandraknyam yarnu dadang yarji sushindu kekar paje kepar kashe wangtang lungtanam nyampa sushing chitu gawa long chije likpe lamdu trowa dong sitting neme de dang den shi. Through the blessing and power of the unfailing Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha, and of Jetsunma, mother of the Buddha's noble Tara, may our lifespan, merit, prosperity, and renown increase like a waxing moon, like a rising summer lake. Especially may our good fortune, Wangtang and Windhorse, be healed when they weaken, rejoined when interrupted, raised up when sinking down. May whatever we do turn out well, and may good health, long life, peace and happiness be ours. Lume choksum chidang jetsun ma gyayum pakma drome jintu I daki setsu paljor nyandraknyam yarnu dadang yarji soshindu kepar kaje wangtang lunta nyampa soshing chitu gawa long chije likpe lamdru drowa dong sering neme de dang den shi. I forgot to do the offerings, didn't I? Completely skipped them. Okay, let's do them now. I was so excited to be sitting on the cushion that I didn't want to get up, I guess. I light this candle as a symbol of the enlightening Dharma way. May it shine brightly for the benefit of all beings. I light this incense as an offering for Guan Xiyin, she who hears the cries of the world, mother of all. Om Ahum. Om Ahum. Om Ahum. Om Ahum. This one is not sitting. Om Ahum. 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 Reverently, I prostrate with my body, speech, and mind and present clouds of every type of offering, actual and virtual. I confess all my destructive actions accumulated since beginningless time and rejoice in the meditation of all holy and ordinary beings. Please, Guanyin, remain until the end of samsaric existence and turn the wheel of Dharma for sentient beings. I dedicate my own merits and those of others to the great enlightenment. Okay, so now we'll get back on track. 108 recitations now of Om Mani Padme Hum as we send out cooling, healing energies, watery energies to the weed fires. Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum, 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 Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum, 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 Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum, 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 Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum, 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 Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum. 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 And let's give thanks for our teachers. May all of my blessed teachers enjoy long, happy, healthy, productive lives and great support for their good works. May all beings benefit from their wisdom. May they enjoy a swift and happy rebirth. And long life prayer for Lama Dechen Yeshe Wangmo. Om Sosti. Through the powerful blessings of the immortal Pema Jungye and his consort, may the three secret qualities of the Dakini of Supreme Bliss, Yeshe Wangmo, be utterly stable And may the light of her activities shine on the lotus groves of the teachings and of beings, so that they blossom in radiant splendor. And let's dedicate the merit. May the merit of this practice and all of my activities be of endless benefit to all beings in all realms, beginningless and continuous. May all obstacles be overcome and suffering cease at the sound of liberation. May all beings be free from suffering and its causes. May all beings have happiness and its causes. May we carry the essence of Guanyin in our hearts. Namo Guanxin Pusa. And we close with a bow to Guanyin, bow to one another, and bow to the inner teacher, and saying our farewell to the Black Madonna until this time next year in our daily practice. But of course, if you're dedicated to her, she's always with you. And I wish everyone a wonderful day. I'll be back tomorrow. See you later.